Hey guys, welcome back to Just Being a Mom podcast. And today on episode 41, we are talking all about positive disciplining. My buns are just a little cricket. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify or iHeartRadio, I just had to fix my hair. But anyways, last week we talked all about toddler tantrums. We talked about how why they happen, how to minimize them, how to approach them when they do happen. So if you did not listen last week, I definitely encourage you to go listen. I said some really amazing things. But yes, definitely check that out. I feel like this episode kind of matches what I was talking about in that one, but only we're talking about discipline today. So definitely check that out and then listen to this one, okay? But anyways, so the first thing you want to do when it comes to discipline is kind of ask yourself, what kind of parent are you? So there's a few types. There's the tyrant parent, the one who's always like a hailstorm type of parent. You would say like that spanks, that yells, that ridicules, kind of name calls, embarrasses, talks down to, just, not really the nicest things to do to your child. I get it, they happen. Hopefully not all at once. But there's the tyrant type of parent, and then there's a really passive parent that's just like, stop throwing that for the 7th time. And there's like no follow through. They're just kind of like the yes man. They don't really get like respected. Their kids kind of just walk all over them. And what you want to do, obviously you want to do what's best for your family, but you want to kind of be in the middle of those. You want to kind of do a little bit of both. You want to be able to discern like when to be firm and when to be gentle, and just kind of be a good balance of both. So with the tyrant parent, why you don't really want to be a tyrant parent is because it's not really nice. No, I'm kidding. But no, it's not effective. You don't get your point across when you're yelling, hitting, screaming. It just doesn't work. It's not effective. Spankings just do not work. If spankings worked, think about it like this. If they worked, you would literally only have to hit your kid one time. Just once, if it worked. But no, you have to keep doing it over and over and over again. And I'm sure you don't want to keep doing it over and over and over again. It's just kind of, you're normal now. And it should not be. There's other ways to parent. Think about it like this. If you sent your child to school every day and there were kids there that were beating him up, that were calling them names, that were talking down to him, embarrassing him, judging him, would you want to keep sending your kid to school to be bullied? You would be at the school cussing everybody out, the teachers, the principals. Like, you would be upset because why is nobody taking care of these bullies? Well, why is that okay? Like, why do you go up to the school cussing everybody out and then you go home and then you treat your child the same way that these other kids are treating him? You're bullying him, and it's basically the same thing, only it's probably even more traumatic because it's coming from the person that they love and trust most in the world. So it's not a great way to handle discipline. Okay? It just doesn't work. So for the passive parents, why you don't want to be a passive parent is because it's just not effective either. You can't just like give your kids whatever they want. You can't just, say yes all the time, even to things that, you can't like always just be negotiating with them. Like, you can say like 5 more minutes of TV and they're like, no mom, 10. I've seen this. Okay, 7, 8 mom. All right, 8's fine. Like, did you just say 5 minutes? Why are you negotiating with this kid? 5 minutes and that's that. So you don't really want to be that type of parent either, because kids crave authority. They crave structure. They need that. And the funny thing about passive parents is that they probably have experienced that trauma that the tyrant parent has in their life, and they want to be the complete opposite of that. They want to say, I don't want to be like my mom. I'm going to be the complete opposite. I am going to pacify my child and give them whatever they need and love them, suffocate them with love until I can't love them anymore. Or like it could be because like the other parent is such a tyrant, so you feel like you have to overcompensate and be super passive because the other parent can't keep it together, you know? It's not the best thing. Okay. So yeah, you want to ask yourself, like, what kind of parent am I? And then try your best to meet just kind of like in the middle. And you want to try to think about like too, like, why am I doing this? Why am I parenting this way? How can I do this better? Like, is it because, you know, it was how I was raised? Is it because this was all I know? I don't know any better. This is the only way I know. Is it because culturally, like Black people, like all Black people have to spank their kids. It's just what we do. It's what we're supposed to do. Like, no. You don't have to. That's what you call, my friends, generational trauma. And that needs to just be nipped in the bud, okay? We do not have to keep spanking our kids. We're getting out of control. Think about it like this, okay? I would say I'm very passionate about this spanking thing, okay? Think about it like this. You are, what am I trying to say? You are basically throwing a tantrum to someone else who's a baby who's throwing a tantrum. So you're hitting and cussing and yelling. That's tantrum-like behavior. So you can't control yourself because someone else can't control themselves. Like, just think about it like that. Like, think about where you really have to be this type of parent. Like, so I wasn't always like super great parent, okay? Because I know I may have been a bit of a tyrant. And I get it. Things happen, like you yell, or you may hit your kid once and it's just like, oh my God, I can't believe I just hit this kid. But you have to really think about, what am I trying to say? Where is that coming from? My tyrantness was coming from a very angry place. I was a very angry person, and I would have never thought this. I was always so happy, but I was searching for happiness in all the wrong places. I was searching for this happiness, like in my marriage and in my friends and my family. I was just trying so hard to be happy when all I really had to do was turn to God and find my joy within Him. And now my joy just cannot easily be shaken. It is what it is. I find my joy in the Lord. And now when anybody does something that irritates me, I just don't get irritated so easily. I just take that anger. I just don't get as angry as I used to. So when Elijah accidentally hits me in the head with a ball, I'm not like, this kid. I'm taking this ball and I'm popping it. You know, even though you instantly get angry, you just got hit in the face with a ball. But it's just like, okay, it's not like, oh, he meant to hit me with the ball. He's got this great accuracy of aim that he just was like, oh, this was for her. You know, no, it's literally, he's playing. It was an accident. And you have to literally think, like, you have to change the way you think. It took a lot of therapy, okay? Because you don't realize how traumatizing your childhood could have been on your life and now as a parent. So it did take a lot of therapy, a lot of prayer groups to get me to where I am today, to like I said, you literally have to be a happy person to parent in a happy way. And I know I just said a lot of things, but I hope some of it stuck, okay? So basically, how you become this great parent that you want to be, that middle ground kind of parent, you want to set boundaries. So I like to say boundaries, not necessarily rules, but they're rules. You want, like, no ice cream before dinner, or, you know, this is like our bedtime flow. We do bath, books, bed, and in that order. Or like, just like you want to have, like, don't go outside without an adult, you know, things like that. You want to have some boundaries in place, so that they know what to follow, you know. Don't leave your toys everywhere. Don't leave your bike outside on the yard. And then you want to have natural consequences. Like, you don't want to have to protect them from everything. Like, if they leave their bike outside and it gets stolen, don't get him a new bike. His bike is gone. That's a natural consequence. Or like, if they're bathing, if they're having bath time and they're just throwing a fit, they don't really want to get out. Okay, well, now your favorite time of bedtime is reading books. You're gonna miss out on your book time if we don't come out of the bathtub. So yeah, natural. You want them to have these natural consequences, even for teenagers. Like, they're speeding, and no, that's not a good one. Okay, no. I was gonna say that, oh, they're speeding and so they get a ticket, and that is a natural consequence, but like, that's kind of for adults too. I was trying to relate it to just children, but that's kind of for us too. But that's a natural consequence. So, and then for like normal consequences, you want them to match their age and to match like what the offense is, you know. So if Elijah's throwing blocks at the TV, which he was the other day, and I just had to take the blocks, like I gave him, so some people like to give 2 warnings. I like to give 1. I think 1 is enough. So you just have to know your kid too. Like, I feel like Elijah needs 1 warning and then he like straightens up. Some kids may need 2 warnings, and know your child, kind of gauge them out, like how many warnings you should give. It's either 1 or 2. I feel like Elijah can straighten up in 1. I say, hey, if you don't stop throwing the blocks, I'm going to take them. If he throws a block again, I just take them. We go play in a different area. Or something like that. You want the consequence to match like what the offense was. Like, if they're playing with their food, stop playing with your food or I'm going to take it. And then you actually have to follow through if they continue to play and take the food. So these are like some just, not necessarily natural consequences, but consequences if they are misbehaving. And you want to have like some things too, like for your older children, like a reflection time where they like write in a journal or something like that. Or like I said last week, calm down corner, just to where they can just calm their bodies and just be able to settle down. Let me think, what else? So yeah, you want like I keep saying, I feel like I am a big fan of timeout. I know a lot of people aren't. I just know the timeout kind of works, but it's kind of just like calm down corner. Like, it's just kind of sit and like think about what you did. Like, it's all kind of like the same kind of thing. So you want to try to wait until they're 3 before they can really understand what timeout is. That's really all my time. I hate that I only have 15 minutes. Maybe one day I'll have longer episodes. But I want to encourage you guys to like find other options than spanking. You want to build value in the chores. Remember that. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. I just hit that. And don't forget to like click the bell for notifications, comment, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere, TikTok. I'm on TikTok now. That's cool. I'll see. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.